Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing The Bride. Set in the 1930s Chicago, a lonely Frankenstein approaches a doctor with a simple but desperate request: build him a partner so he no longer has to face the world alone. Together they reanimate a murdered young woman named Ida, intending her to serve as the perfect companion. The bride, what follows is nothing like the obedient creation story one might expect from the premise. Instead of quietly accepting her assigned role, the bride awakens with fierce independence and a deep well of rage that undefined quickly draws the pair into a violent freewheeling crime spree that carries clear echoes of Bonnie and Clyde, sending them through the underbelly of the city as society closes in around them. So to start off with, this movie was not as I expected it to be. I had braced myself for a more straightforward action picture full of set pieces, high stakes chases, and explosive confrontations. What I got instead was something closer to a romance noir thriller that's also moody and atmospheric, and far more interested in the complicated emotional undercurrents between two leads than in constant thrills. The shifting tone caught me off guard, and it took a little time to adjust my expectations. Still, once I settled into the film's actual wavelength, I found myself liking it more than I anticipated. The acting is constantly strong and often the movie's greatest strength. Both central performances bring real intensity and unexpected vulnerability, making the strange, evolving relationship between the creature and the bride feel lived in and strangely moving, I would say. There's a rawness to their interactions that keeps the story grounded, even when the plot veers into more stylized or exaggerated territory. The supporting cast holds up well too, avoiding pure camp and giving the world around the leads a sense of weight and texture. One of the elements I enjoyed most was the film's distinctive visual and cultural atmosphere. It leans hard into a gothic and punk tinged underbelly of 1930s American culture. Smoky clubs, shadowy alleyways, rough edged outsiders, and a constant sense that polite society is only a thin veneer over something darker and more unstable. I'm not entirely sure how historically accurate that aesthetic is, and part of me suspects it takes generous creative liberties, but I didn't really care. The look and the mood worked for me. It gave the story a texture that felt fresh within the long tradition of Frankenstein adaptations and helped the film stand apart from more conventional period pieces. Interestingly, the movie doesn't fully commit to the Bonnie and Clyde crime spree approach I had initially anticipated. The violence and outlaw energy are certainly present, and there are moments when the pair's rampage feels generally dangerous and electric, yet those sequences never become the main event of the movie. Instead, the narrative gradually settles into something quieter and more thoughtful, a story about two beings who simply do not fit anywhere, especially in the 1930s time period, trying to survive in a society that treats difference as a threat and otherness as something to be controlled or destroyed. I actually preferred this direction. It gives the film more emotional weight and makes the central relationship feel purposeful rather than purely sensational. Watching them navigate a world that has no place for them felt more resonate than another round of shootouts and getaways would have. That said, the pacing and tone are perfect, and some of the film's shortcomings keep it from rising higher. It is noticeably less action-packed than I had hoped, and a stronger, more sustained sense of suspense would have elevated several key sequences. There are stretches where the tension simply plateaus and the story seems content to linger in atmosphere when a sharper sense of danger might have pulled the viewer deeper in. On top of that, the scenes involving the author Mary Shelley never quite landed for me. Those scenes, they felt disconnected from the rest of the narrative, almost like they belonged to a different, more meta version of the movie. In my view, these sequences could have been removed out of the film without damaging the film's core, and doing so might have tightened the overall experience for me. In the end, The Bride is an uneven but intriguing reimagining of a classic story. It has style, strong performances, a memorable aesthetic, and a more thoughtful center than its high concept promise initially suggests. It doesn't fully deliver on the thrills, suspense, or narrative cohesion I was looking for. So my review for this movie is a solid 3 out of 5. I should also say it's not a retelling of the Frankenstein story. It just has it's I would say it's a new movie about Frankenstein that introduces the Bride of Frankenstein as well. So this new concept, I think, is very original. It's just a shame that the movie wasn't as exciting as the trailer made it seem to be. But I mean, the movie does open a door to a sequel, so who knows when the sequel will come out or if it gets released at all. So, as I said previously, I'll give this movie a rating of 3 out of 5. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more upcoming movie review releases as well. As I've said previously in a few videos back, I have added a new section onto my YouTube channel where I will be reviewing non-horror related movies. So if you're interested in movie reviews that aren't horror related, feel free to look at my non-horror section on my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thanks everyone, and until the next one, peace out.